Okay, we are here testing the capabilities of the Helix 2 tablet with Windows 8.1 operating system. I was just checking the specs. It looks like it's got an Intel Core M processor, 64-bit Windows 8.1. So I'm going to just have Outlook open, which is normally open. It shouldn't be too taxing on the tablet, and we're going to try to run the Tina program. So first we'll launch the Tina program and see how long it takes to just launch, which is not a huge deal because it's just a one-time wait, but it's building the assembly that takes all the time. So here I'll start the stopwatch at the same time as we launch and see how long it takes for Tina to launch. And this is the newest version, 17.2.0.2. I did verify that. So stopwatch is running, and we'll just hold tight here and see how long it takes for Tina to come up, and then we'll go ahead and also time how long it takes to build an assembly. So we are waiting, and we're going about, I think we're coming up to the 1 minute mark. I think it's around 2 minutes, but let's see. So we've got a minute under our belt, and we're still waiting for Tina to launch. And we're coming up on 1.5 minutes, and we're still waiting for Tina to launch. And it's doing something. Okay, we've got the database starting to load. And here we are, we're close to, we still got the scroll. I think we're open now. So we got basically 1 minute 50 seconds. So just under 2 minutes to, I'll stop the stopwatch to get Tina to open. And then, you know, what I've noticed is Tina used to run on this tablet, the previous version, without the X-Signal database. It used to run fairly efficient, but as soon as the X-Signal database was launched, it really bogged down Tina, and it's almost unusable at this point with this tablet. Now, I've talked to some of the guys with the engineering laptops, and it still functions fine on those, you know, unless something is wrong with this particular tablet. But I haven't found anything. So now we're going to go to, let's see, we'll go to a work plan that I have just worked on yesterday, drilling and tapping for a laser frame for end customer Trump. So I've opened up the assembly, and this is a fairly small assembly. We've only got 5 tools, but just to give you an idea, we will add a new assembly. So we'll typically, if you know the item that you want to add to the assembly, we can go to the Solid Round 2018 catalog, quickly navigate, and we'll just grab a 460 drill. So we'll go to Versatile 460 drill, and we will find, we'll just grab a drill, any drill. Let's grab a, let's say an 8mm 3x D drill. We'll just grab the part number. We go into Tina, and we'll right click, create new assembly, and again, I'm going to start the stopwatch when I'll show you what happens here. We just paste the part number into the code. We hit search, and it finds it fairly quick immediately. Okay, but the problem now is when we select it and we hit next, and it goes to build the assembly, it must be crunching through the database. And let's see how long it takes for for it to move to the next item in the assembly. Okay. So we'll hit start at the same time as next, and here we go. And basically what happens is you get this just rotating circle here while this is happening. If you try to do something, I think it comes up, yeah, new operation not responding, and it's just going to sit there and scroll. So we're on we're approaching 30 seconds here, and the guys with the engineering computers, they have told me that Louis Giraldo says when he clicks this next, it pops up instantaneously. There's no waiting. So we're waiting. We're coming up to just about a minute here. And it's very inefficient. It's almost unusable at this point to run Tina on this machine. So that's why I desperately need a new computer to perform my duties as a sales rep here, utilizing Tina, which is for capital assemblies probably the most powerful tool that we have in our arsenal for end customers. So we're coming up on a minute and a half. Still nothing. We still got the circle, and I'm hoping that a newer computer with a higher processor speed will solve this problem. Again, it used to run. Okay, there we go. Stop. So a minute, basically 45 seconds. Just to get to the next, to pull the drill up out of the database. And now I think it'll move, let's see if I hit next, it moves fairly quickly. It's just to get that first item for some reason. But again, we go to the next assembly, it's the same thing. So I mean, you're talking, 2 minutes in assembly, it's each item, it's just crazy. So now we could pick a like a cylindrical sleeve. We'll pick a sealed, say 12 to 8 millimeter sleeve. We'll hit next, and then we'll go and we will pick a 930. This customer wanted a C3 slender chuck. We hit next, and then we go to we'll throw an extension in there. An 80 millimeter. This is a bug in Tina actually. When you pick the 80 millimeter extension and then you hit next, it disappears and you can't pick it again. You have to go in and put 2 pieces in on the assembly afterwards. So that's a bug. I should bring that to Sweden's attention. And then let's see, we need a Cat 50 holder. Because he's running this on a Cat 50, so we go down to the 50 taper right here. We can check the assembly, see what it looks like. Yep, that looks like what we're looking, except we wanted 2 of these 80s in there. So then we hit complete, next, and we would call it, what size drill is this? This is a 8 millimeter, so we could call it a Coro drill 460, 8 millimeter, 8.00 millimeter, say 3 times D, and then we hit finish, and voila, we have an assembly finally. And then we got to go in and edit and change this to 2 pieces because of the bug. And now when we look at it, assembly drawing view, there is our assembly, and we can go in and edit some of this stuff. But that's the heartache is just getting the drill and waiting 2 minutes for this for every tool that you want to do. So you don't think it's a big deal, but when you look at some of the other assemblies I've done here, like we'll go to EDAC Aero Precision Components, and look at all the ones in here. There's a zillion of them. So the one, let's see, the bearing housings. You look at these bearing housing assemblies that I've done. It's going to probably take a little while for it to actually load because there's quite a few items. So let's just sit here for, I don't have a stopwatch running, but you'll see how long it takes for the just for that to load. Oh, wait a minute, I gotta click, here we go, front side or rear side. Let's look at the rear side. Okay, so now I've got 31 items on there, so you can imagine how long it takes to create that that assembly. I think the other one was even longer, but to create this took hours and hours and hours of work. So anytime we need to add a new item, it's taxing, and it's it would be much more efficient to have a computer that could handle this.